In the corridors of history, where the echoes of the past meet the whispers of the future, there lies a story not widely told. It is the story of the Black Indians, a people forged from the union of African and Native American spirits, who navigate a unique path through the American landscape. This story begins in the tangled woods and wide rivers of early America, where survival often depended on unexpected alliances. Here, African slaves escaping the brutal chains of bondage found refuge among Native American tribes, leading to a blending of cultures, traditions, and bloodlines. Over centuries, these intertwined destinies have crafted a vibrant tapestry, rich with shared histories and mutual struggles. Yet, the journey of Black Indians has been overshadowed by broader narratives, their contributions and challenges lost amidst the louder tales of others. Today, we delve into their world, exploring the enduring legacies of these resilient communities. From the swamps of the Southeast to the plains of Oklahoma, from the battlefields of freedom to the modern-day fight for recognition, this is the story of the Black Indians, a profound chapter in the complex book of American history. Part 1. Historical context. In the dense forests and along the winding rivers of the southeastern United States, a story of survival and alliance began to unfold in the early 16th century. This land, rich with history and struggle, witnessed the first interactions between Native American tribes and African slaves brought by European colonizers.
When European colonizers brought African slaves to America, they encountered a complex network of Native American tribes, each with their own culture and governance.
These early contacts were sometimes hostile, but more often, they were characterized by mutual aid. Africans and Native Americans saw commonalities in their struggles against European oppression.
Over time, bonds formed out of shared adversities. Escaped slaves, known as Maroons, often found refuge among native tribes. They shared techniques of agriculture, hunting, and warfare, essential skills that helped them resist European domination.
These weren't just fleeting alliances. In many cases, escaped slaves were integrated into tribal societies. They married into tribes and were often accepted as full members, sharing in both the burdens and protections of the tribe.
As I fled the shackles of bondage, the earth led me to a new family. The tribe welcomed me not as a stranger, but as a brother, forever changing the course of my life and lineage.
This blending of cultures enriched both communities. African rhythmic elements found their way into native music, and African agricultural practices enhanced tribal farming methods.
The legacy of these early interactions can still be seen today in cultural expressions and communal gatherings. Yet, this shared history is often overshadowed by more dominant narratives of American history. As scholars and descendants continue to uncover and teach this intertwined history, they ensure that the voices of Black Indians are not just a footnote in our textbooks, but a vibrant, integral part of the American story. As scholars and descendants continue to uncover and teach this intertwined history, they ensure that the voices of Black Indians are not just a footnote in our textbooks, but a vibrant, integral part of the American story. This part of the script sets the stage by introducing the historical backdrop, the initial interactions, and the evolving relationships between African Americans and Native Americans. The visuals and interviews are designed to provide a rich historical context while highlighting the human aspects of these interactions. The use of primary sources and expert insights helps to establish credibility and engage the audience emotionally and intellectually. Part 2. Cultural blending and conflicts. As the roots of African and Native American peoples intertwined, a new cultural landscape began to emerge. This blend was neither purely African nor purely Native American, but a resilient tapestry woven from the threads of both ancestries.
Cultural blending was inevitable. Through marriage and community integration, African and Native American peoples shared languages, spiritual practices, and family bonds.
Our stories tell of African brothers and sisters who became clan members. They brought new foods, new stories, and new rhythms that enriched our traditions.
Despite the richness of this cultural melding, the integration of Africans into Native American tribes was not without conflict. Differences in views on land use, freedom, and community roles sometimes led to tensions within tribes.
Native American concepts of land as a communal resource clashed with the European-imposed ideas of land ownership that some African Americans had adopted.
Moreover, as the U.S. government began its policies of native removal and reservations, both Africans and Native Americans faced new pressures that tested their alliances.
In the face of these trials, the forged kinships were put to the test. The U.S. government often failed to recognize the status of African descendants within native tribes, leading to legal and existential challenges for Black Indians.
My great-grandfather was part of the Cherokee Nation during the Trail of Tears. He faced double discrimination, not fully accepted by either white settlers or all members of the tribe.
Despite these challenges, the shared experiences of displacement and resistance solidified the bond between our peoples, creating a joint legacy of endurance and adaptability.
This legacy of joint resistance continued into the modern era, as Black Indians became involved in civil rights movements, advocating for the recognition of their unique cultural and legal status within both African American and Native American communities. This section delves deeper into the complexities of cultural integration and the conflicts that arose, providing a nuanced view of the Black Indian experience. By highlighting both the cultural richness and the challenges, this part of the script underscores the dual themes of unity and struggle. The personal stories and scholarly insights help to draw the audience into the lived realities of Black Indians, paving the way for an exploration of their modern-day struggles and triumphs in the following parts of the documentary. Part 3. Legal and Social Recognition. As the 20th century unfolded, the struggle for recognition took on new dimensions for Black Indians. Not only were they fighting for their rights within broader American society, but they also faced significant challenges within their own tribal nations.
One of the most contentious issues has been the citizenship status of the descendants of Black Indians, especially the freedmen, descendants of African slaves owned by Native Americans.
The question of who belongs to a tribe is complex. It's not just about ancestry. It's about cultural connections and historical ties to the tribe.
Many Black Indians, especially freedmen, have found themselves caught between their African American heritage and their tribal identities, sometimes excluded from tribal enrollment due to historical prejudices.
These debates often center around the interpretation of historical treaties and agreements, like the Treaty of 1866 with the Cherokee Nation, which explicitly granted citizenship to the freedmen and their descendants.
The Treaty of 1866 is a binding agreement, which the Cherokee Nation and the United States government are obligated to honor. Ignoring it has legal ramifications.
In recent years, court rulings have sometimes favored the freedmen, affirming their rights to tribal citizenship and benefits, but the emotional and social battles continue.
Winning legal battles doesn't always mean winning acceptance. We fight not just for the right to be recognized on paper, but for our place in the community and the preservation of our heritage.
Reconciliation and understanding are slow processes. We come together, share our stories, and celebrate our cultures, striving for a future where we are united not by our challenges, but by our shared strength and histories.
Education plays a crucial role in bridging divides. By teaching the next generations about the rich, intertwined histories of Black Indians, these communities can foster a deeper understanding and respect for this unique cultural identity. This part of the script addresses the complex legal and social dynamics of recognition faced by Black Indians within their tribes and by broader society. The inclusion of legal battles, personal stories, and community efforts highlights the multifaceted nature of their struggle for acknowledgement and acceptance. This sets the stage for discussing the contemporary identity and challenges of Black Indians in Part 4, focusing on how these historical and ongoing issues affect their lives today. Part 4. Modern Identity and Challenges. In the ever-evolving tapestry of American culture, Black Indians continue to carve out spaces for their unique identities. Today, we explore the modern experiences of Black Indians, focusing on their contemporary challenges and the ways they maintain and celebrate their dual heritage.
Identifying as Black Indian means navigating two worlds that don't always understand each other. It's about honoring both sides of my ancestry and ensuring they don't get lost in the mainstream narratives.
Sometimes it feels like you have to prove yourself to both communities. There's a pressure to validate your identity in ways that other people might not have to.
We run programs that focus on teaching our kids the languages, histories, and cultural practices of both their African American and Native American ancestors. It's crucial they understand where they come from to know where they can go.
Our people often face a unique set of challenges. There's the racial and social dynamics of being African American, mixed with the bureaucratic and legal hurdles of Native American recognition and rights.
Efforts to address these disparities are growing, focusing on tailored community health programs and economic initiatives that consider the specific needs of Black Indians.
Our activism is about more than just social justice, it's about cultural survival. Fighting for policy changes, better health care, and education for our communities ensures that we're not just surviving, but thriving.
Technology also plays a role in this modern identity formation. Digital platforms offer new ways to connect, share, and educate others about the Black Indian experience, broadening awareness and fostering a sense of global community.
It's about passing the torch. Our young people are taking our stories, our struggles, and our strengths, and redefining what it means to be Black Indian for the future.
This part of the script delves into the contemporary identity of Black Indians, showcasing how they navigate the complexities of their dual heritage in today's society. By highlighting personal stories, community initiatives, and technological advancements, this section paints a picture of a vibrant community actively engaged in preserving and redefining its cultural identity. This sets the stage for the final part of the documentary, which will focus on the resilience and future aspirations of the Black Indian community. Part 5. Racism and Resilience. In the final chapter of our journey through the story of Black Indians, we explore the enduring legacies of racism and the remarkable resilience that defines this community. Facing dual forms of discrimination, Black Indians navigate a unique path towards self-definition and empowerment.
The racism we face often comes from multiple fronts. In mainstream society, we deal with the systemic racism familiar to all African Americans. Within some Native communities, we sometimes confront exclusionary practices that question our legitimacy as tribe members.
There's this constant need to prove who you are, to validate your existence in both communities. It's exhausting and painful, but also motivates us to fight harder for our rights and recognition.
Education is a powerful tool in the fight against ignorance and prejudice. By bringing to light the complex histories and current realities of Black Indians, these forums aim to challenge stereotypes and foster understanding.
Healing from historical trauma is a vital part of our community's journey. These rituals and gatherings are not just about remembering the past. They're about healing it, together as one people.
From the arts to the halls of power, Black Indians have made indelible marks on society. Each achievement not only challenges prevailing stereotypes, but also paves the way for future generations to rise.
We're not just surviving, we're thriving. We're creators, innovators, and leaders shaping a future where our voices are not just heard, but are influential.
These projects reflect the dynamic and forward-thinking spirit of the Black Indian community. By addressing contemporary issues through the lens of their dual heritage, they offer solutions that are as diverse as their backgrounds. As we conclude our exploration of Black Indians, we are reminded of the power of understanding, the strength found in diversity, and the endless potential of unity. The story of Black Indians is a testament to resilience, a narrative woven into the very fabric of America, urging us to see beyond black and white, to the rich hues of shared humanity. This concluding part of the documentary script focuses on the ongoing challenges faced by Black Indians, emphasizing how they have turned adversity into strength through community action, cultural preservation, and public advocacy. By celebrating their contributions and visions for the future, this section not only highlights their resilience, but also inspires broader societal reflection and change. The documentary closes with a message of hope and unity, encouraging a deeper appreciation and respect for the diverse stories that shape our collective history. Conclusion: Weaving the future. Throughout this documentary, we've traversed the complex tapestry of Black Indian history, exploring the intertwined legacies of African Americans and Native Americans. From early alliances formed in the shadows of oppression to modern battles for recognition and equality, the story of Black Indians is a poignant chapter in the broader narrative of America. Summarization of key points. Historical interactions. The alliance between African Americans and Native Americans began as a mutual struggle against colonial subjugation, evolving into rich cultural exchanges and complex social dynamics. Cultural integration. Despite challenges, the blending of African and Native American cultures has produced a unique and vibrant cultural identity, evident in music, art, and communal practices. Legal and social recognition. The journey towards legal recognition has been fraught with challenges as Black Indians fight for their rights within both federal and tribal systems, reflecting broader struggles against racism and exclusion. Modern identity. Today, Black Indians continue to navigate their dual heritage, facing unique societal challenges while contributing significantly to cultural and political landscapes. Resilience and contributions. The resilience of Black Indians is evident in their persistent fight for justice, their cultural revival efforts, and their influential roles in shaping a more inclusive future. Closing remarks by key interviewees. Historian 3. The story of Black Indians is not just a tale of the past. It's a living, breathing movement towards a more truthful and inclusive recounting of American history. Community Leader 2. Our hope is not merely for recognition, but for respect and a genuine embrace of the rich heritage we bring to the American mosaic. Young Leader 2, Black Indian. We are crafting a future where our children can proudly claim all parts of their heritage, free from the shadows of ignorance and exclusion. Elder 6, Black Indian. We have walked a long road, but our steps forge paths for the generations to come. Together, we are building a world where every voice is heard and every story is honored. In the woven threads of America's history, the stories of Black Indians shine brightly, reminding us of the power of unity and the strength found in diversity. As we close this chapter, their journey continues, a vibrant testament to survival, resistance, and the endless pursuit of justice and equality.